single sail, white rocky island, you and I on the trail, just us and the waves, no need to behave in the harbor of
In my last video, I attempted to go to the San Gabriel River in the Los Angeles National Forest, but I turned around and went home when I realized how big the crowds were on that weekend. So instead, this week I went on a Tuesday, and there weren't that many people. There was still kind of a big crowd, but it wasn't as big as when I went on the weekend, so it was really nice to get to spend time swimming in the river. It's something that I like to do every year. Usually I do it more in the summer, but I have a lot of other things going on now, so it was nice to just get out there and go for a swim. After that, I just came home and I started working on lunch, and a lot of times I like to make a couple of ingredients to have in bulk in the fridge so that I could make a couple different lunches with it. And here I'm making one of my favorite things for lunch, which is hummus, and I could eat it in a lot of different ways. I could eat it in a sandwich, on a pita with some chicken, which is what I'm going to do here. I also like having it as snacks. And when I got into the union, I realized really quickly that I needed to incorporate healthy things into my diet, because I love to eat junk food, but when I realized that I was working 12-hour days, working every day, that I needed to really consider the things that I was putting into my body. So I started experimenting with different types of foods, healthy foods, obviously, but things that still tasted really great. And hummus is one of those things. So I do cook a lot in my videos, especially right now that I'm on break from work, because I want to try to think of as many things that I can make and prep in advance so that I can have healthy things for work, because I do enjoy eating a lot. When I'm working, I'm extremely hungry all the time. I'm extremely thirsty, so I am kind of testing out recipes right now so that I could have healthy options and things that'll keep me filled, in between lunch breaks, and our breaks are very short. So sometimes I don't even have time to eat that much. So when I do, I like to have things packed with nutrients and, carbohydrates still, but just things a little bit healthier. So if you have any suggestions for things that I could make that are healthy for work, you could go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments box below. That would be awesome, because I do love browsing Pinterest and Instagram, trying to look for things that are really healthy. And another thing, speaking about health foods, is that since I started making my videos again, I realized how much weight I've gained since the Pacific Crest Trail. And I was big, though, when I started the Pacific Crest Trail. And there's an explanation as to why I started the trail at the weight that I did. Ideally, I would have wanted to start a lot thinner. I remember when I first heard about the Pacific Crest Trail, it was about 2014. And ever since then, I've always had it in my head that I wanted to try it. And back when I was hiking a lot here in the Los Angeles National Forest and the San Gabriel, in the San Bernardino range and the Sierras and in Colorado, I was really fit when I was doing those hikes and when I originally wanted to do the trail. And it's not really an excuse, but after my dad passed away, I kind of just let a lot of things go, and my weight was one of them. And I kind of enjoyed just eating and feeling good from eating a lot of food. But then it ended up causing me to gain a lot of weight. And I even remember I mean, I never stopped hiking even when I gained weight. I was always hiking once a week, twice a week in the mountains, whenever I could. Any chance I had, I would run to the mountains. But I think it's time for me to really get it together.
So this is a garden bed I have that I kind of want to clean up and get a little bit organized, and then also put some new plants in there. So I'm basically just going to clean this up. Right here I have a couple of vines with some fruit on it that I want to attach here to the trellis. I made this trellis out of just some bamboo stakes or bamboo canes and some twine, some jute twine. But I want to clean up the leaves, take off any of the dead leaves or yellowing leaves. There's some new growth down here on the bottom that I want to vine up the trellis, and then I'm going to clean up the squash. You can see here there's some powdery mildew, and when I was at the nursery today I found some plants there with powdery mildew, and they let me know that this year is just a real issue in our area, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to prune this back and try to get them to grow vertically, so that when I water, I could just water the soil and try my best not to get the leaves wet. Yeah, so I'm just gonna basically clean up this whole bed, see what I could do, and if there's any room here in these areas, I want to either put down some seeds or put down some of the new starts that I purchased today. So I have a bag of these tomato clips that I'm going to use to trellis these cucumbers up. Okay, so I ran out of light yesterday, but this is basically how it ended up looking. They're all growing up vertically, and it leaves me a lot of space here to put these starts in the ground. And then I think I'm gonna look through my case of seeds and see if I could put any seeds down. Hopefully I have more cilantro seeds, but if I don't, maybe I'll just try to fit something else in here. I think I'm also gonna add in a little bit of soil. I did buy some soil when I was at the nursery. I didn't show it on camera, but I did buy 2 packs, so I'm probably gonna put that in here also. So I have some cilantro seeds and a couple other things. Kind of want to see if I could fit them all in one row, because I want to also grow some cilantro alongside it, so that when I'm ready to harvest this cilantro, another set of cilantro will be coming in, but might be a little short. 8 to 12 inches apart. Okay, that's not happening. We're gonna fit this in. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it like that. Oh, worms, oh my god. Yes, I'm one of those gardeners that does not like worms. It freaks me out. So I got all the cilantro in, but I did realize I made a mistake and I forgot to put all the soil first. So I'm gonna put that in right now. Okay, so using this bamboo cane, I'm kind of just gonna, you know what? I might have room for two. We'll see. So I'm gonna just dig a little trench here to make it easier for me. A little deeper. And do I have room? Oh, we'll make room. Or maybe I could plant something else next to it. So we'll do that. 2 trenches. And I'm just gonna lay these seeds in here. This is something I've never done before in the summer because this is a winter herb. This is kind of just like an experiment. I'm just gonna test it out and see how it does. Because I love cilantro and almost everything. Have another pack. Yeah. I usually grow the slow bolt variety. This is an heirloom variety, but this was all I could find. I couldn't find the slow bolt variety, and when I looked for them on eBay, not eBay, Amazon, they're really expensive, so just go with these then. Should I do 2 rows of cilantro? Yeah. Here goes the second row. And I'm just gonna go through and close them up. And I'm gonna water everything in. And that's it. Okay, so this is the final product for now. I'm hoping that maybe in another week or 2, the leaves on this trellis will be looking a little bit greener. I did give it some fertilizer, gave it some fresh soil, so hopefully it'll be looking healthier. It already is looking a little bit healthier. Then I got the cilantro starts in and some seeds, 2 rows of seeds. Cleaned up the zucchinis, and I'm training them to grow vertically. Now the bees got some fresh water, and now the tomatoes have a little bit more soil, so hopefully that'll help. Look, some of them look a little bit deficient, either in water or in calcium, but we'll see if that helps. The soil, the fertilizer, a little bit of extra water.